Good morning.
Good morning. Why are you recording all the people in the drive-thru here?
I'm trying to catch a cyber truck.
You're trying to catch a cyber truck?
Yeah.
Okay, so not a problem. You can catch a cyber truck anywhere on the public roads and stuff like that, right? But that's private property, so you can't be reporting into private property. I understand that you're on the public grounds.
I am, yeah.
Right. And if you want to catch a cyber truck, you certainly can. You can do that. You can report any of the traffic you want on Portage. You just can't be doing that on the private property where the people are working, right?
But I can see it from public though.
Sorry?
I can see it from public though, right?
You can see it from public, right? But when you're reporting into someone's private property, right? It'd be like if I went to your house and put a camera over your fence and started looking into your yard. That's private property, right?
That would be kind of intrusive. Yeah.
That would be intrusive, right?
This is a business.
I understand that.
A public business where people come and purchase coffee and donuts, and
I can appreciate that, right?
Yeah.
Well, like I'm saying, this is private property, right? And if your true intent is like what you said, is to catch a cyber truck, 100%. I'm not saying you can't record in public. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying not into the private property of these people, right?
So I can face my camera that.
Early in the morning, a citizen stands near a busy drive-thru holding a camera while searching for the increasingly popular Cybertruck. A police officer approaches after receiving complaints from customers and employees who feel uncomfortable being filmed. The officer explains that while recording in public is generally allowed, directing a camera toward a private business raises concerns. The citizen calmly argues that he remains on public property and is simply documenting what can be seen from a public location. What begins as a casual conversation quickly turns into a debate over privacy, public access, and constitutional rights.
I can face my camera that way.
If you want to go into the public,
I can face my camera that way.
You want to walk down the sidewalk,
but just not this way.
Well, your whole intent is actually just to stand here and record all the traffic going through the drive-thru, right? It's a private business.
I want to get the cyber truck.
100%. And I told you, right? You can do that, just not right there. Does that make sense?
But this is a public easement right of way. This is a public right of way.
Yeah. Is there? What's this like? Have you
transparency. I'm just here to film in public. That's all.
Right. And have I said that you can't film in public? I just asked you not to film the private property.
Well, then I'm going to have to respectfully say I will decline that request of yours, because I want to catch everyone's reaction to me doing this.
Okay, so now you're causing mischief, right?
No, it's not a mischief.
Because you said now you're looking to garner a reaction from people.
People are wonderful, and it's not right for them to come at me like you are.
How am I coming at you? I've been nothing but respectful. I haven't approached you or threat. Yeah,
but even to approach me,
we're in public. I can talk to you, right?
Yeah, but sort of to some degree where I want to be left alone, though.
Just like these people want to be left alone, right, sir?
Yeah, but there's cameras everywhere. You can't be left alone when you're in public.
Okay, so to your logic, you said you should be left alone when you're in public. These people are also in public, right? You're saying when they get off the yard here.
But I know I can't be left alone. I'm walking on my way here. I was in like at least 50 cameras just to get here.
Okay.
As the discussion continues, both men attempt to justify their positions. The citizen insists that anyone visible from a public area can legally be photographed or filmed, while the officer argues that intentionally recording customers entering a private business creates unnecessary tension. The cameraman explains that he often records reactions from strangers because people become upset simply by seeing a camera. The officer questions whether provoking reactions is the true purpose behind the activity. Despite their disagreement, the exchange remains relatively calm as each side continues defending its interpretation of public recording laws.
What are we discussing here? Are you discussing your ability, whether you want to be left alone, or the fact that there's
the fact that I can photo in public?
There's cameras.
I can photo in public because.
And you said your intent is to catch a cyber truck. I understand that, right?
That's the big thing, because they look so ridiculous.
Okay.
I've seen a couple in Winnipeg, but not up close.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like the reactions I get from people are just ridiculous sometimes, and it's like I want to catch that for my safety. Because if they come and attack me, then I have it on camera.
Who's attacking you?
Oh,
right. You're garnering a response.
I had like an 80-year-old guy give me the finger.
100%. He's allowed to do that, right? He can express himself.
I guess so, yeah. But in a way,
and you're intimidating him, right, by videotaping.
How am I intimidating? I'm just standing here.
So then, how is he intimidating you? By giving you a reaction? That's what you're looking for on the phone, right?
No. I'm just recording everyone's reaction. It's like fun.
Okay. Well, people, like I said, so if you're trying to garner reaction from people, right?
That's not my intention. I'm saying I'm recording.
That is what you said. You said your intention was to garner people's reaction because you think it's fun when they react to you when you're videotaping them, right?
Well, if they're going to be acting like that in the public, I'm allowed to record them.
If you're in public, like I said, 100%, you can do so.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing with you with your ability to film in public.
And if the people act all silly, then
The conversation shifts toward intent and personal responsibility. The officer suggests that the citizen is creating what he calls a self-imposed problem by knowingly filming people who dislike being recorded. The citizen disagrees, comparing modern society's constant surveillance cameras to his own handheld camera. He argues that public spaces are filled with recording devices, and that people are already being documented everywhere they go. The officer acknowledges this reality, but maintains that actively pointing a camera at unwilling subjects is different from passive security surveillance and naturally causes concern among members of the public.
Okay.
well, why not catch that on camera?
I'm not saying that you can't record them if they're acting silly at you.
Well,
But you're saying
for my
that you're,
safety, that's why I'm doing it.
I know, but what you're trying to do is trying to elicit a response, and then you're saying that for your safety you're recording, but the whole reason that there could be any threat to you is a result of people not being appreciated being recorded, which so this is what we call self-imposed jeopardy.
Well, if I'm walking down the street and someone's doing me, I don't even look at them.
Okay, so if you want to walk down the street, I'm not going to stop you from walking away from here, sir. I'm not going to stop you from walking and videotaping. And I've never prevented you from doing any of
No,
that.
I understand your whole reason for coming here. People have called and said that they don't want to be recorded in public.
They don't, and
then maybe put on a mask like I'm sort of, semi-disguising my identity. So maybe they should do that if they don't want to be on camera.
okay. Well, but people don't have to wear disguises to feel like they should be able to be free to move around in public. Also, like I said, the Tim Hortons parking lot
I'm not saying they have to do it. I'm saying
is not a public space. It's a private property.
I haven't been on their property. I've been at 7-Eleven. That's it, right here.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm not. There wasn't a problem at 7-Eleven, right? The problem was here. Okay.
There's a problem here.
Yeah, there is a problem because people are complaining about it and they're asking you not to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm having a conversation with you here, a pretty cordial conversation. I
respect that.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
I haven't threatened you or done anything to you. I'm just explaining to you what the situation.
Complaints from the business become the central focus of the encounter. The officer explains that customers and staff have repeatedly requested that the filming stop, forcing law enforcement to respond. The citizen counters that he has never stepped onto the business property and remains entirely within a public easement. He argues that his actions are lawful and protected. The officer stresses that he is not attempting to ban public photography, but is asking for a cooperation to reduce conflict. The discussion reveals a growing divide between legal rights and public expectations of privacy.
I'm asking you to stop filming the people on private property, and I've told you where you can go. Because if you're here for a cyber truck, if that's truly what you're trying to do,
do you know where they are?
You can walk down Portage. You're going to see way more vehicles walking down Portage than you are going to get through the Tim Hortons drive-through.
Oh,
right?
Yeah,
how many vehicles are going through here? 1 to 37.
I think I caught about 20.
20 cyber trucks?
No, 20 vehicles.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what do you want to do with that footage?
Nothing.
Nothing. You just want to have it.
My phone ain't even recording.
Matt, whatever you're doing with it, it's like I said, it's your prerogative to record or not record. Mm-hmm. I'm not taking the phone from you. I'm not telling you to stop recording. I'm just asking you not to record on private property, right? That's it.
I'm not going on the private property, but I can record it from a public right away.
You can record in the public. Is there a reason why you're just trying to be difficult? I'm just asking you not to record the people.
I'm sorry I'm coming off as difficult to standing up for my rights.
What rights am I taking away from you?
Freedom of expression. I'm allowed to photograph anything I can see in public.
If you want to do that, right? Yeah. If you're walking by here, like I said, so let's say you're walking by here, and you video.
But my purpose is to catch a cyber truck.
Okay, so there's better places to catch a cyber truck. One, right? We can agree that there's way more vehicles traveling on Portage than there are here. So your ability to catch your cyber truck when you're standing literally right at the corner of Portage anyways, you could literally point your camera the other way and not cause any problems.
See, I'll stand right here and point it. Hopefully a cyber truck will drive by.
But like you said, you were trying to elicit.
The officer repeatedly encourages a citizen to move toward a busier roadway where hundreds of vehicles pass every hour, increasing the chances of spotting a cyber truck. Instead, The cameraman admits that people's reactions have become part of the experience. He believes many individuals overreact to cameras and should become educated about public photography rights. The officer responds by pointing out an apparent contradiction. The citizen hides his own identity while insisting that everyone else should accept being recorded. This observation shifts the discussion from legal principles to personal motivations and social perceptions.
Responses and reactions from people.
I said I'm trying to catch the reaction of people because I know they get all flustered. Like, what is it with the camera?
Right, because you're doing that, right?
It's not even on.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
They
They
don't
just
know.
see you with.
Well, then
it appears like you're video recording.
They have to be educated that I'm allowed to do this.
Yeah, but not towards private property. So, like my
That is
partner
ridiculous.
explained, so, like, they feel it's intrusive. Recording it.
Well, it's not intrusive, but
It
they're
is.
in public.
It is. I don't know if that's recording or not right now. I wouldn't even know that. I just see what I see.
Right.
So they see the same thing. They see you're even telling us you're disguising your identity for some reason.
Because
So
this
you
is
just-
ridiculous. I don't want to be out here being seen doing this.
You don't want to be seen out here doing this,
That's
right?
right. Yeah.
Right.
So
So why is it you don't want to be seen doing this?
Because society deems this as abnormal.
So what is it that you're trying to what is the point you're trying to prove here, sir?
That I'm allowed to do it.
Okay, so are you truly here for looking for a Cybertruck, or are you just here
Yeah.
to try to prove a point that you can do this?
I'm hoping to catch a Cybertruck because I told you they just look ridiculous, and I hope it's wrapped in a different than the stainless steel because they should really force people to wrap them. They look so ugly. Yeah, they are.
Not a great looking vehicle, but again, like I encourage you by all means to try and capture a Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Just do so on Portage, all right?
Okay, I'll go stand on Portage and hopefully I can catch one.
Yeah, you can go stand on Portage.
Thank you for your unlawful directive to telling me to move over here, but I will.
As the encounter progresses, the officer questions whether the Cybertruck explanation is genuine or merely an excuse to challenge social norms. The citizen continues insisting that recording in public is a protected activity and that unusual behavior should not be treated as suspicious. The officer agrees that filming itself is not illegal, but believes the surrounding circumstances create problems for others. Eventually, the cameraman agrees to relocate closer to the main roadway. However, the disagreement remains unresolved, and the officer begins requesting identifying information in connection with their ongoing interaction.
Maybe I should get your name and number.
You're right, and I'm going to get your name. We're having an interaction. What's your name, sir?
I go by the abbreviation of BORD.
You go by the abbreviation BORD.
Yeah,
That's your last name or first name?
that's just my nickname.
Okay, let's start with your first name then,
I
sir.
prefer to have that kept private.
Yeah, well, you speak with the police.
Mm-hmm.
So you can start with your first name and your last name.
That's a negative. Sorry, officer.
Okay. Well, then you can move along.
Yeah, I will. I'll go to Portage, like I said.
You can go to Portage and we'll have that. You can go stand over there. But if you're going to continue to point the camera here, we're going to detain you or arrest you for cause disturbance, right? Because you're causing a disturbance, you're causing problems, right?
So I can only focus on Portage, right?
You can focus on Portage as much as you want.
Okay.
Like I said.
I just want to get in the shade here because it's kind of hot, you know. All right, so my unlawful requests are that I cannot film this way,
I'm telling you not to film into a private.
but that's not lawful, though, right?
All right. It is lawful. This is their private property, right? It's the same thing if you enter their property. They can
But I never entered their property,
they can
though.
remove you from the property, right?
Yeah, but I can't point my video cameras from my house in my neighbor's yard. It's illegal.
Well, why would you do that, though?
There you go. You just answered your own question.
This is public.
Yeah, it's public. I'm not going to stop you. Go ahead. Videotape what you want to
This is a
videotape.
business who always rips me off.
Okay,
Every time I go here, they rip me off.
So then don't do business here anymore, sir.
Well, I'm trying to. You're infringing on my rights to film the drive-through of this business
I'm not infringing
from a public right of way.
I'm not infringing on your rights, Matt.
Yeah, okay, then I can film.
You said you wanted to catch a Cybertruck. Catch a Cybertruck. If that's what
I'm
you want to
waiting
do.
to see if I can see one.
If you're doing it this way, you're not trying to film a Cybertruck. You have a very different intent.
Can you disengage from me now, sir?
You can walk away anytime. It's a public place, right?
But I'm free to stay.
So am I, right? Both of us are free to stay,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
The citizen refuses to provide his real name, offering only a nickname while insisting he has no obligation to identify himself. The officer becomes increasingly firm, warning that continued filming of the drive-thru may lead to enforcement action. The cameraman argues that recording visible activity from a public location is protected expression and that the officer's directives lack legal authority. Both men remain standing in place, neither willing to back down. The exchange becomes a test of patience as constitutional claims, property rights, and public complaints collide in a prolonged roadside debate.
You don't mind if I reach in my pocket for a cigarette?
Sure.
That wasn't an insult. That was the wind, eh?
It was. Accident happened.
I can reach for a smoke.
Yeah, you're not. You're having a conversation, man. I haven't put you under arrest. You're not. We're having a conversation. And I said,
But it's like when I reach into my pocket, you could feel like a threat or something.
I haven't detained you. I haven't done anything, man. I have a conversation with you so far, right? That's where we're at.
How long is this conversation going to take place?
I'm standing here. You're free to go whenever you want. I said right from the beginning, you could walk down that way if you want to go. You can go wherever you want to go. No one's stopping you. You're not welcome on the Tim Hortons property.
Why? Why am I trespassing right now?
They don't want your business and they don't want you on there. So feel free to enjoy your cigarette. All I'd ask you is just not to report that into the private property, okay?
This is ridiculous, folks.
Okay. So I've asked you a couple times not to videotape the people there. You keep continuing to do it.
I've been pulling and copying you sitting in the
You
vehicle.
can videotape me all you want, but I've been watching you as you've been videotaping the people here. You keep doing it. So right now you're going to be under arrest for mischief. Yeah, you are going to be under arrest for mischief. Put your hands behind your back.
In the final moments, tensions reach their highest point. The officer reiterates that the business does not want the cameraman on its property and objects to continued filming of customers. The citizen dismisses the warnings and continues arguing that he is acting within his rights. After repeatedly claiming that he observed the cameraman recording people despite multiple requests to stop, the officer suddenly changes the nature of the encounter. What began as a conversation becomes an enforcement action as the officer announces an arrest for mischief and orders the citizen to place his hands behind his back, bringing the confrontation to a dramatic conclusion.